Amber, always a pleasure speaking with you because I know when I speak to you, we get to talk about one of the most prestigious events and awards that happens in music throughout the year. And it's not just because it's about music, it's about creativity, it's about so many different levels. And it's something that is so important to the industry. What is coming up once again that we just talked about, you were busy dealing with last night?
We are going to be selecting the annual Polaris Music Prize Album of the Year. Last night, we had our second grand jury meeting where we talked about the finalists, which is our short list, who are going to be performing on September 16th at Massey Hall.
So, for folks who may not know what this is about, please explain it, please, because when I say prestigious, it really is because it deals with not just music, but critics as well.
Mhm. So Polaris is a charity, and our mission is to celebrate music as an art form. And I think what makes us unique is the fact that we bring in our 200 plus jurors who are all considered music experts who decide who is going to receive the album of the year. They talk all year long. They discuss and evaluate music. They love music in a way that, I'm so honored to be a part of. And they bring nominees, and they are considered albums of distinction. They're considered based off of the art form of the album. And we disregard things like genre and popularity, which again, I think is what makes the Polaris Music Prize the Music Lovers Award. People who really love music understand why we do it this way.
Yeah, because this isn't because some of the people who get nominated could be artists who are very popular and known around the world, and then some nobody may have ever heard of. So, this is their chance in getting their platform.
Exactly. So every year, I think the long list really demonstrates that. It really shows the really like successfully popular albums can be on the same list as somebody who's just putting something out for the very first time. And the short list is usually, there'll be one sort of very popular artist, but usually it's sort of middle range artists who are putting out maybe their second album, and it's exceptional. It's an incredible lineup this year. I think it really demonstrates what we're about for 2025.
Let's jump right into that. Who are some of the artists? I've seen the list. I've listened to some of the music, and I'm just going like, wow, incredible. Probably the best I've ever heard.
That's awesome. Yeah, I agree. I think, I mean, this year we have a really strong French group of artists. There's
Yes.
the 10. So that's something that people keep an eye on. It's interesting to sort of see where music is coming out of and what the jury is listening to. The jury is selected very fairly. We do everything we can to do our best to ensure we have folks from all over. And this year, French is just dominating the list. So we have folks like Lou Adrian. We have the list is Lou Adrian, Yves Jarvis, Saya Gray, Mustafa, Nemesis, Population Do, Marie Davidson. Who else do we have? Did I say Rupert Skirt? Got to get. I should do it in some kind of actual order instead of just off the top of my head.
No,
But
that's okay. That's okay because, like I said, because people don't realize where it starts to where it ends up with the 10 because there's so many artists that these 200 critics go through.
yeah, we usually consider about 250, I think, is the norm. And so the jury is asked to listen to all of those albums as much as possible. And so, yeah, and then it whittles down to the 40 and then to the 10 and soon to the one.
What do the winners get? Because this is something that's very important.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that makes us unique is that we do actually give a cash prize to the winner. So this year for the album of the year, there'll be a $30,000 prize from the Slate Family Foundation. And for the first time, we will be awarding the SOCAN Polaris Song Prize of the Year, which is the song selected by the same jury that is considered the best song to come out this year. And SOCAN will be providing them with a $10,000 prize as well. So in total, we'll be giving out $40,000 that night.
And that money is very important for some of these artists. Sometimes artists will just donate the money, but then there are others who really need those funds for their careers.
Mhm. what they do with the money is there's no restrictions. And I think that's really interesting. They can use it for whatever they see fit. We've seen artists who, use it to put out their next album. We've seen folks who just want to use it to take the time off to be able to create work. We've seen people pay off their parents' home, put a deposit on a home. It doesn't matter. I think no matter what you use the money for, it's a step in helping them into their career or helping them where they're at in that moment, and giving no restrictions to it. I think makes it really special. I think there's too many restrictions on these granting programs and things, and it doesn't encourage creativity. It doesn't give the artists what they need in that moment, and that's again what makes this a very special award.
Now you mentioned Massey Hall. What happens there? I've been there when this has happened, and it's so cool.
So on September 16th, we will be having 9 of the 10 nominees perform. And it starts at 8 o'clock. They go throughout the entire night, and we'll be announcing the album prize. For the first time, as I mentioned, we'll also be announcing the SOCAN Polaris Song Prize. And our Heritage Prize will also be announced, which just announced on Tuesday this week our nominees. There is an option for public voting. So, encouraging everyone who's listening to go and see those nominees and pick your favorite. And so we've kind of packed it all in, and it'll be a unique performance this year. But as you said, and I've said, it's an exceptional lineup. So I have no doubt that anyone who's able to make it out is going to really enjoy themselves.
Okay, so is this open to the public? Can the public be there? And if so, what do we do for tickets? Because, like I said, the place is always packed, and it is a celebration party at the same time.
Absolutely. Tickets are available now on the Massey Hall website. It is open to the public. So we have tickets going for about $40, depending on where you want to sit, but mostly about $40, pretty accessible considering the amount of artists that you're going to see. And we also will be announcing later today our first ever Polaris Festival. Tickets will go on sale today. I know. And so we are going to be announcing there's 15 events that we're going to announce today that are all throughout the month of September. They're going to be featuring a number of nominees, previous nominees to Polaris, a number of community partners we work with. So I really encourage you to also check out all of that. It's all new. It's very exciting to us. And I think that there's something for everyone within that program, to music lovers who really want to discuss and deep dive, to people who are just interested in seeing a really great show.
Before we go, is the artwork back again?
The artwork, unfortunately, is not. So for the
Oh,
unfortunately, Polaris has been doing our poster program for 20 years. And we have these exceptional pieces of work. We will be celebrating them. They will be on site at Massey Hall for purchase, and we will be taking over some gallery spaces as part of the festival. We'll be announcing later today, so you can come out and see them. But in terms of producing them, it's just the cost is just too expensive right now. And there had to be some prioritizing in terms of our resources, like everyone else. I mean, arts funding is just being hit so hard, and we had to decide what we needed to reshift. So it was a very tough decision. Like, I've been trying to keep that program going and trying new ways to bring it forward, but it's just we need to take a pause.
it's okay because prize money is more important getting to the winners. So it's still something very special. And for folks who won't even look at, I mean, if they go on the Polaris website, they can see what the past ones look like too, because it was always amazing to see. I gotta say, you guys work hard. I love this is a special part for me of the year to be part of because what I love most is the artists that people may not have heard of. It is a leap for them because all the media's their eyes are all on not just the winners, but also who the nominees are, and it's just a lift for the industry.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think everyone always comes out with a new band that they hadn't heard of before that they were blown away with, and I think that's just doing our job, right? That's the point of the night, and so it has an impact for everyone, all of our nominees.
And you guys do a great job. Thank you so much for the interview, and can't wait to be there. Looking forward to it once again.
Oh, excited to see you soon.